Thanks for joining us here on 23 ABC News. I'm Veronica Morley, your senior reporter. President Donald Trump unveiling his highly anticipated Liberation Day tariff plan aimed at addressing American manufacturing and trade imbalances. Trump is opposing sweeping tariffs of at least 10% across all U.S. trade partners. The rates will be higher for countries that are considered, quote, the worst offenders. The universal 10% rate will go into effect on April 5th. The customized rates will take effect on April 9th. And one of the highest tariff rates will be a 49% tax on all Cambodian imports. Some economists express concern about stagflation, a combination of slow economic growth and rising inflation as a result of these policies. While industry experts say the adjustments in manufacturing could take months, even years before we see an impact, economists say that the financial impact will be felt much sooner, especially for those of us here in California. In fact, one local economics professor told me this is about the worst case scenario when it comes to tariffs.
We have to do something. Trade is not fair.
Best case scenario is that inflation is going to be close to 4%. Worst case scenario, you're looking at height of the Biden inflation, back to 8 or 9%.
Worst case seems to be where we're headed, at least according to Associate Professor of Economics at Cal State Bakersfield, Richard Gearhart. As President Trump announced new and retaliatory tariffs on countries across the globe, Gearhart warns that California, a major handler for foreign imports, could see up to half of those imports and exports eliminated.
A lot of countries will levy retaliatory tariffs on ag products, namely China.
For us in Kern County, Gearhart suspects the agricultural sector will face significant harm, especially if other countries retaliate with their own tariffs, as China did back in 2018.
In 2018, we compensated farmers to the tune of $23 billion due to that trade war. Estimates for this trade war could be as high as $50 to $75 billion in just subsidy payments to farmers.
Another impact to be felt will be Trump's 25% tariff on all foreign-made automobiles. While it won't be immediate, local car dealers said price increases are inevitable.
Some of that will be absorbed by the manufacturer. Some of it will be reduced customer incentives, and some of it will be passed on to the consumer.
Cost of living and economic growth is another concern for Gearhart, suspecting trade, transportation, and warehousing in Bakersfield will be particularly hard hit, with potential reductions on imports and exports, leading to half-empty warehouses. Is there any positive that can come out of these tariffs?
Sure. So, local manufacturing, it's not a large part of our economy, but we could see local manufacturing, especially out in East Kern with steel production plants or raw material mining, those sorts of things.
Now, Gearhart said right now in Bakersfield, a typical middle-class household can live comfortably with a combined income of around $80,000. But he suspects over the next 5 years, with inflation due to these tariffs, he believes that cost is going to increase to about $90,000 to $95,000. That's why Gearhart is warning consumers to save as much as possible right now. In Bakersfield, I'm Veronica Morley, your senior reporter.